Hi, this is Tay with Tay Results. Today I will be auditing a plumbing business called Best Plumber in Knoxville, Tennessee. Best Plumber in Knoxville, Tennessee. Um, I am going to see on the surface level how their online presence is stacking up and where they are leaving money on the table when it comes to ranking on the first page and top three in Google. First thing I like to do is actually search their business name and see what pops up. Basically, what I'm looking for is if they are competing with any other companies with similar names or pages that might be diluting they might be increasing their competition to land on the first page. Their name being Best Plumber, they they do indeed have such a high competition for this keyword, but it seems when I search their company name, their website is the first one that pops up, and they got Google Ads going as well. All right. Second thing I like to do is actually search plumber in Knoxville, Tennessee, as if I was a actual customer looking for the plumbing service in my location. Which, if I lived in Knoxville, I'm gonna see if they land here, and it does not seem like they land in the first page. Now, depending on exactly where you were searching this from, this ranking could change. Now I do see them pop up, but they're basically still invisible to uh, future clients actually searching for their services. The top three search results, the top three companies actually get more than half of all the click-through rates. So the everybody who's ever searching for plumber in Knoxville, Tennessee, all of them are only going to click on the top three. So if you're not there, or if you're not even popping up on the first page, you're basically invisible currently. Let's have a closer look at their actual GBP a bit more. Alright, so their reviews. When it comes to reviews, I look for velocity more so than total volume. Um, a great example of this is I was auditing another plumbing company just recently, and they had over 800 reviews, while the number one ranked, so the number one ranked company for that keyword in Knoxville, Tennessee, only had 56, but they had much more newer, consistent reviews. And I always argue that, or I help my clients try to get a good review system going so they can get consistent um, reviews coming in. For home service businesses such as plumbing, I typically tell them to aim for at least 2 or 3 per week. But it's not the total volume, which you will get eventually after time, but if you want to rank, it is the velocity that matters more. Mm, their photos. So yes, they do have professional photos on Google. They got the project. I'm looking for just different types of photos. It's for engagement on actual users. That's what photos do the most. I always say you can put a little effort in, and while I know there is a debate on geotagging photos and its actual effect and impact on your ranking on Google, people do say it's minimal. However, I do like to put a little effort in, and even if the impact is minimal, I always geotag these photos for that to help in that proximity rankings. But their photos, they got plenty. I don't see any issues here. I'll just geotag a couple of them. Maybe in specific locations that they really want to target. So if they want a lot of clients from Sequoia Hills, for instance, that is the wealthier part of town here in Knoxville, then I'd at least try to geotag photos from there. Something else I look for is finally. So yes, this is great. A lot of businesses have been auditing that for plumbing. They don't have their services listed out. Now, Google lets you have at least 99. I'd recommend having at least 30 of them, and with top 20 having descriptions. So these are all great. They have, I think, at least 30 just by looking at it at a quick glance. But what they can do here is add descriptions to their services to really capture that long end right tail of search queries, that broad search. Services, yes. I want to have a look at their categories. If my GMB will, perfect. Plumber, yes. So general rule of thumb for categories, I always recommend just having one, your main. You don't want to dilute what you tell Google of what you are and what your main business is. And plumber being the keyword, I just recommend having one at max 3. Now, yes, I have found a lot of companies having success with a lot of categories set, but even still, I won't test out having a lot of categories at the start. I'll always just start with one at max 3, and that is what I recommend. That is what I do with my clients, and I have found success with that. Speaking of GBP, overall, what you want to do is all the tedious questions Google asks, you want to have them complete as much as possible. Basically, it increases your trustworthiness to Google. So you want everything, all these questions answered, have a lot, complete as much as you can. And one of the more important ones from those being booking and booking links, which they do have set up here. I'm going to click on that. They have their landing page. All right. A lot of plumbing businesses seem to use this specific landing page, this style, and I wonder if they are all hiring the same people. But anyways, speaking of landing pages, what I do want to do is look at their website a bit more now, starting with their title tag: plumbing services for Knoxville, Tennessee, best plumber. Perfect. That is exactly how I would have actually set their title page if best plumber was my client. And they got their another lead capture tool here, the automated text that pops up. That's good. Their H1 tag, so similar to their title, what I would do is try to include the keyword plus city for their H1 tag. So that's just an easy win for them to do. Edit this so it includes their location and keyword. And their NAP. So NAP is their name, address, and phone number, basically for your entire online presence. You want your NAP to be consistent throughout, and that just increases your trustworthiness with Google. Because if your NAP is inconsistent, Google isn't sure which version is going to be correct, and that uncertainty can cost you in rankings. And the fix is simple, but it needs to be done everywhere. And when I say consistent, for instance, here on their GBP, it says their address is 320 Nancy Lynn LN, as in Lane, right? You want your address to be spelled the exact same way, LN. You don't want, I don't want to go to their website, for instance, and see their address say Lane, which it doesn't seem to be the case here, but for their suite, they had it as pound 3. Here they actually typed it out. So it's these types of little things that may seem simple, but confuses Google, because Google is uncertain which one's real. And when it comes to site authority and like linking everything together and all these citations and all that, it can confuse the Google algorithms. So that is a simple fix they wanna do immediately. Mm, I am also going to see how many pages they have indexed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, they got plenty. Basically, for here, it's basically, think of it as content opportunities. I would like to see at least again 30 indexed pages for here. This is, let's say, if somebody is currently searching for toilet repairs and installation in Knoxville, Tennessee. If they didn't have this indexed page or the content built out, they would have missed out on the opportunity to capture that user who was searching specifically for toilet repair and installation near Knoxville, Tennessee. So you would like to see at least, I would like to see at least 30 indexed pages, and they're doing just fine here. Most of the content being area and the types of service provided related. I also want to check out their speed. You want to make sure your speed, this is something Google mentions in their documents that directly affect their the rankings. And here, as you can see, they have some room to improve for their website. And what a lot of these means, I won't get into today, but I would look at their backend and change it's hard, it's coding. So I would have a take a look at their website and see how they can improve their performance. Another thing, obviously, do they have? Oh, they don't have the. Oh no, they do have the HTTPS. It was just redirected. Probably it's not www dot, but they do have the SSL certificate here, so that's fine. Another quick thing I want to look at is if they have a schema. And basically what a local schema is it's a way of packaging your business information so Google can read it instantly without guessing. Your name, address, phone number, hours, services, all confirmed in the format Google prefers. And adding this doesn't take long, and it removes any ambiguity about who you are and where you operate, so it's always nice to have. And it looks like they have it, yes. No, although I'll have to look at this again. My mind's I have to look at this again and see if they actually, if this is a actual local schema or not. So moving on real quick. Citations. Now, what citations do is citations, you basically want to have your website information, like your or your business information, listed on high authority directories such as Yelp, Facebook, Nextdoor, Google Maps, Apple Maps, Bing Places, etc., or like even Toyota, Ford, all these car companies you can have your business information listed in. And when Google sees your business confirmed across multiple trusted platforms, it builds confidence that your listing is legitimate. And the more consistent, high-quality citations you have, the stronger that trust signal becomes. So that is why you want. And if I was doing an actual extensive audit, I would do a proper citation search. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to look at what directories they are linked in. So they got Facebook. Okay, that is not, so that's a competition. Maybe I will search their name directly like this. See, even little spaces like that makes a difference in the search results. So, but they're still competing with Scott's Plumbing Company, Reddit, Thumbstack. So their citations is definitely something I do think they can improve on. If I took on Best Plumber in Knoxville as my client, this does come later in my phases, but I'll probably have a deeper look at their citations, and I do believe this is a easy win the business owner for Best Plumber Knoxville can have. So they had a lot of indexed pages, which was good. Their title tag was fine. Their photos were good. Some easy wins would be, making sure their NAP is consistent across all of their online presence. That's an easy win. I'd look at their citations, try to really grow that links. If I was Best Plumber, and if you are the owner of Best Plumber, watching this, and you want to see how I can help and get you, guaranteed top 3 in your Google results for your keyword, then reach out to me. Go to tayresults.com, and will be more than willing to help. Thank you.